Rabbit trails.
Breaking news. I'm sure you've heard. Sony took back Spider-Man. And we're going to address this situation no matter how painful it is, because it's a dark day in JG world when Marvel gets treated like it's not the top dog and Sony acts like they're making the money moves when they're actually just being stupid.
It's like when it's your toy and you share it with another kid who doesn't have as much, and then that kid won't give you back your toy, but it's clearly yours and you love it more than that kid does. They're just kind of being selfish, and they're like, I'm gonna hold on to this toy as much as I can before the grown-ups come and take it.
Yeah, and like your parents aren't doing anything about it.
Yeah, because they're like, whatever.
Bottom line.
It's just a toy.
Bottom line. Okay. I've been mulling this over. I think it happened 3 days ago. 2 or 3 days ago. 2 days, I think.
It's been a traumatic 2 days.
Yeah. I remember when I saw it, it was like, I mean, it was abrupt. I saw it trending on Twitter, and I was like, what? And I like looked up the trending stuff, and I was like, are you serious right now? I saw a tweet about it. I was like, you gotta be freaking kidding me right now.
Yeah.
Because that's just something you don't think is gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I figured they made the deal, so that's it until they're done with the deal. But apparently they were making revisements, and Sony didn't like it, and so they pulled them. And Sony addressed it. They tweeted. I wish I had the tweet on me right now, but basically they blamed Disney for it. They're being little babies.
Yeah.
Some people are on Sony's side. The people that are on Sony's side think they're like more mature than the people who are on Disney's side.
Well, because their only argument is like Disney's just being greedy, but like
Sony's being greedy. They want money too.
Yeah, everybody wants money, so you can't bring greed into it.
Yeah, everyone's there for money. That's the whole thing.
Yeah, Sony just doesn't want to let it go because like when they let Spider-Man go, they have nothing.
It's really true. Just some background info that's very pertinent.
Yeah,
go ahead. Okay. So Spider-Man Far From Home just came out, and not only was it the highest ranking Spider-Man flick of all time, it was the highest grossing. It made the most money out of any Spider-Man flick ever made. Highest rated Spider-Man flick ever made. This is paired with the MCU. And also, outside of Spider-Man completely, it was the highest grossing Sony film of all time.
It was a really good movie.
The most money Sony has ever made off of a movie. And then Sony decides, I don't like this deal, so we're just going to pull it. That's the dumbest mistake I've ever heard.
First of all, let's say Sony doesn't make a deal with Disney, like, at all, and they do these next 2 movies. They can't follow the storyline because they don't have the rights to that storyline. Also, if you don't have that storyline, but you have Tom Holland, everyone is going to be like, this is stupid. Because 1, they left it on a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
And then 2, it's like you can't just act like that didn't happen with the same Spider-Man. It's not going to be good at all. And so that's going to just going to make fans like super mad. And then like, you know, people start rioting and
yeah, it's if you listen to last week's episode, I talked about how the last 2 Spider-Man franchises failed because Sony stuck their hands where they shouldn't. And I'm not talking in the toilet bowl. I'm talking they stuck it into the director's business, and they were like, hey, we're just going to make you do whatever we want because we're money hungry. And they're still money hungry, and they're still messing crap up.
I was talking to Cray today I told him about that 3rd Spider-Man movie with Tobey Maguire.
Yeah.
And they were like, do Venom. And he was like, I don't know anything about that.
I don't want to do Venom.
No, do Venom.
Do Venom.
And then he was like, Topher Grace?
That's like something I would do. I would just do it like poorly, so I could be like, I told you it was a bad idea. Do it super badly. So I'm like, what did I say at the beginning of this?
Don't you hate when that happens? Whenever you're like, I can't do this, and like, no, you can do it, and you're like, if I could do it, why did I tell you I couldn't the first time?
If I could do it, why am I not doing it?
And then I'm like, just do it, and then you do it poorly, and they're like, huh, and you're like, why is this surprising? I gave you a notice.
They're like, you know what? We're just rebooting. You just messed it all up.
Granted, okay, The Amazing Spider-Man, the first one.
Great.
Beautiful.
Beautiful film.
So good.
Well, really well done.
So good. And then they pooped on it with the second one.
Yeah.
A little web.
Sony's issue again.
Yeah, Sony cracks under pressure.
That was a beautiful scene.
Sony does so well. Sony
does so well at doing stupid things.
Sony can make it to the championship, but won't win the big one.
For sure. That's just, you've lost.
Yeah.
You've lost even more than the people
and then
who lost
Disney,
in the past
and then
rounds.
Disney's over here and is like, I won every championship I've
We're
been
winners.
to. Yeah. And they're like, you want to go to the chip? And Sony's like, yeah.
Yeah.
They go to the chip, they get a taste of that good life, and then they're like, you know what? I think we're gonna keep what you built.
Yeah, they're like,
And Disney's like, you don't understand. Without us, you're just...
You have nothing.
Yeah. And Sony's like, no, we can do it. And Disney's like, we did all this work. And we gave you more money.
Just gonna rip
you
it.
made more money. And they're like, but we did all the work, so we should probably get more. And Sony's like, I don't think so.
Even so, like, they came into it with already having enough. Like, they don't have the film rights. Everything else they have rights to. So they could make toys, they could make TV shows, they could make, Disney's making all this stuff off Spider-Man already. So it's like...
Doesn't Sony own Fantastic Four?
No, it's Fox.
Fox? Alright, never mind.
Didn't I text you the other day? The most savage thing Disney could do is just buy Sony.
I wanted to bring that up because I love that.
That would be the freaking...
I would have loved that.
Oh my gosh, dude. I would laugh.
Disney's like, no?
Incredibly hard.
Sony's like, no. I'm like, okay. And then they just like write a
check. Just write a check and hand it. What's this? We're buying the company.
And they're like,
you can't do that. Yeah, I can.
Then they're like, so anyways, where we're gonna go with Spider-Man?
No, they cut the check and they like slide it across the table to Sony and they're like, you can't just buy the company. And you're like, oh, we're not buying the company. They go, what? And then they like slide their chairs over. Walt Disney walks through the double doors.
It's frozen.
Yeah,
no, someone carries like his head in like a in like a thing.
Yeah, like a little floating chamber.
Walt's like, I don't like what you've been doing. I don't know what Walt sounds like.
I don't like what you've done with Spider-Man. I always had a dream to own Marvel.
And then they're like, Walt, and then like Walt's people just snap their necks, and they're like,
dude, yeah,
that's where. And then it's just an
and
empire.
They take the check back.
Dude, Disney's gonna build an empire, and not like it's started off as like the movie business, and then they're just gonna take over the world.
Disney Mafia.
Walt Disney's
the
head.
Disney mob.
Walt Disney's head's gonna be the next president.
The Disney mob. I can't get over it. The Disney mob.
All the goons.
Take what they want.
All the goons are like people in Mickey heads.
Century Fox is cover up.
Those are the commanders, and then you got your chiefs, which are like the Goofies, and you got your Donalds, and so everyone's like going around, and they're like, "We gotta hide from Disney."
The MCU was just a money laundering thing. They're pumping millions of dollars into these movies, and it's all just to clean money.
Trump's gonna get assassinated by like Max Goof.
Disney's gonna buy the U.S. government. They're gonna make movies.
That'd be so funny if like they just started buying their way into everything with all this money. It's like Trump's like, he's like, I've seen this money and I have more. And Disney's like, really? And they're like, what do you have? And he's like, says it, and they're like, write it down. Trump's like, I'm stepping down.
I'll take it.
I'm stepping down.
Yeah, I'll take the deal.
And then Walt's head just rules for the rest of time.
Until it gets put on a robot body, and he walks out, and he looks kind of like, crap, what's his name? Shark One Lava Girl, George Lopez.
George Lopez's character.
Yeah.
I forgot the name, but I know what
his
you're talking
name?
about.
It's not Mr. Watts, because he goes, what's up? It's a good one.
I'll figure it out.
What is it? It's like electric. Is it Mr. Electric?
That sounds exactly what it is.
Is that just, it's that simple, I feel.
I mean, granted, it was the mind of a child.
Anyways, so Yeah, apparently.
Why did they call it The Adventures of Shark Boy and Lava Girl when it was just one adventure?
Well, they had like past adventures.
Mr. Electric, yeah.
Sweet. Love that.
Absolutely insane.
Simple yet elegant.
Bro, that's Max?
See, I've only seen him in one other thing, and it was in X-Men: The Last Stand.
He looks very similar to.
Wow,
he
that
looks
dude
very similar to
is
the
a
dude from
stud.
Bodyguard.
A little bit. I can see it.
He looks more like it right there, but yeah, whatever.
Dude.
But yeah, I really don't like for Sony to think that they're like this is just like an undercard fight and like they're an underdog. Like that analogy doesn't work for this because it's like everyone knows Disney, loves Disney, has grown up with Disney. Sure, Disney has all the money in the world and they're not hurting for money.
Yeah,
That's,
I mean they'll
but that's
be
not
fine.
that's not the case though.
But like the MCU itself, like even separate from Disney, Marvel, MCU is like its own separate thing. The cinematic universe, they're pretty devoted to the fans.
Sony's
They've made that-
disrespecting Tony
They've
Stark
made that
right now.
clear. Exactly. That they're disrespecting Tony Stark.
Mhm.
Like
The
what
whole
did-
10-year
what did-
storyline.
What did Happy just say in Far From Home? I don't think Tony would have done what he did unless he knew you were going to be here.
Mhm. And you know what?
And now he's not anymore
And
because
everyone's
of Sony.
everyone the way that they transitioned Peter, like taking over Tony's spot, was like really really good because you don't find a lot of people like new guys that come in to take over an old person's spot and you're like comfortable with it. But like with Peter coming in, you're like they did that very well because like Peter's like I'm not Iron Man. I don't know if I'll be like as good, but I'm gonna try.
Yeah, I mean they'll undoubtedly do a different Iron Man thing. He's more like in the memory of. He's more like a symbol.
What if they just don't get Spider-Man back and then they just like bring Tony back to life? He's like, I wasn't really dead. I was just on like he pulls a Nick Fury. He's been on vacation this whole
Right.
time.
Agent Coulson
Yep.
has his own TV show.
Yep. It was really bad.
Sorry. Oh yeah, I saw another funny thing. Apparently, like Disney fans or MCU fans or whatever, people on Disney's side are telling Disney to make a Night Monkey movie in spite of Sony. How funny would that be?
It's not Spider-Man.
Yeah, Night Monkey is like that's like the fake name they gave him in Far From Home when he was over in Europe to show that he wasn't Spider-Man, whatever.
What's it gonna hurt Disney just to buy Sony?
I mean, it's a lot of money. They just bought Fox. I don't know, like, cause like, I mean, you can't just walk in and say I'm gonna buy you. Like, they
Right.
have to accept. But usually you pay enough money, and
Yeah.
the person accepts. I mean, cause like, why else would you give up your company?
Yeah.
Cause Fox did it. They sold out.
Like
Good on them.
I see what Sony's trying to do. Like
I feel like they're trying to bluff,
they're yeah.
and it's just blowing up in their face.
They're trying to keep spot because they're about to run 007 into the ground.
Oh my gosh.
So they're not making any money off of that.
Do they have? Are they 007?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so they're like, hey, let me like just wipe my butt with 007 real quick and just enjoy the earnings of Spider-Man.
Oh my gosh.
And so when they lose Spider-Man, then they're just
Pathetic.
left with like used toilet paper in 007.
Yeah.
I was talking to my brother today and he was saying something like the new 007 is apparently just another 007 and then they're going to bring back like Daniel Craig or something. It's basically going to be like a handoff movie and I'm like, that's
Yeah.
still bad.
I heard.
No one wants that.
I read the opening scene. It's pretty stupid.
Yeah, who cares? Like, it's James Bond.
It's James Bond.
No one wants to watch a James Bond pass the torch to a new 007. It's always been Bond, James Bond.
It's the
not
thing.
New person, 007. Like,
Yeah.
no one wants to see that.
That
They're
doesn't
like,
happen.
I just want to see James Bond shoot some stuff up. That's
Because
it.
they do this, it's gonna flop.
Yeah.
Because all the Bond fans are saying no, but they don't care about their fans. They
Yeah.
just care about money at Sony.
Yeah.
And so they're just gonna do it, and then it's gonna flop, and then they're gonna reboot it and just have James Bond again.
Yep. They'll just get Liam Neeson,
Or
Chris
they won't.
Hemsworth, and then some other chick to come in and like be like, we're 007.
Or they won't.
Or
Like,
they
or
won't.
they'll just keep going and digging the hole deeper and
Yeah.
like trying to play the righteous card, because what they're doing is they're playing a feminist agenda.
Yeah.
Is all they're doing. They're having a girl James Bond
This actually goes really well with the next conversation because, like, why can't movies just be movies?
Yeah.
Why can't I just watch a movie with no political stance to it?
Yeah.
No message.
I hate that.
I just want to watch a movie.
Here's the thing: is we recognize that it's inevitable because I mean, like, that's how it works. Like, politics just affect everything unless you don't care, like us, to where it affects us 0%.
Yeah, we don't care. And you
we just don't care.
Yeah, you can be like, it affects everybody, and you should care, and like do this and that because of this and that. I don't notice it because I don't care. It affects me none because I don't look for it.
The only time it'll affect me is if martial law goes into effect or if I get drafted.
Yeah, and even then, like,
I go to heaven.
Yeah, I mean,
oh boy,
you're not going to make me care about politics. Because everyone who cares about politics is the most unhappiest people I've ever heard.
And
in my
even
life.
so, if I get drafted, and I mean, I won't like it. I'm not built for that.
Yeah,
but
you're definitely not.
Whining is not going to change it.
Oh my gosh!
Whining will 0% change anything.
The only person who
Maybe I'll start a petition. That'll also do jack squat.
I mean, you don't have to I don't think you don't have to go to war. They'll just put you in jail.
Yeah, I mean,
if
they can put you in they don't have to put you on like necessarily the front lines or whatever. We used to talk about this before Trump got elected. Me and Josh talked about like, oh my gosh, the Third World War starts and we get drafted, we have to stick together.
We'll die together. Yeah. Muhammad Ali, whenever the draft happened around that time, he was like, I'm not gonna fight, and they were like, you'll go to jail, and he was like, all right, and they were like, okay, and then he went to jail.
All right. Well, this is awkward. Put your hands behind your back.
He's like, sure.
Sure, man. You got it. Hey.
But yeah, so it's stop talking about politics. I'm so tired of hearing because like you think that like you make a tweet about politics, you type it up, you're like, yeah, this is good, and then you're like, you proofread it, you're like, everyone wants to see this, and then you post it thinking that made a difference.
And it does zero. I read this tweet earlier today. It says, so we tweet an opinion on topic whatever. Okay, but if our motive is getting attention, any form of self-display, then our tweet isn't really about the opinion. It's posing. Even if the opinion is valid, the whole thing stinks to God. And if we're honest, it stinks to us too. And it definitely stinks to me.
Dude, it smells.
It's super obvious.
Yeah. Is
what it is. Like, people who are into, like, tweeting political opinion, they don't see it because they're doing the same thing.
Yeah.
And, but it doesn't fly over my head. Like, I just see it and I'm just like, I'll usually just unfollow you.
Yeah.
and they're probably like, I don't care if you unfollow me, because that's what they always post. Like, if you think this, unfollow me.
Yeah, but if you didn't care, you wouldn't have tweeted that.
I also don't care. You
tweeting that makes me know that you noticed and that bothered you, but you didn't want people to think that it bothered you, so you were like, it didn't bother me. Another thing, too, if you're an actor, stick to acting.
Gosh. Stick to acting.
If you're a musician, just stick to
musicianing.
If you're a politician, then do politics.
Then do politics. That's your thing. Look at this. George Takei, okay, great actor, funny guy. I haven't seen him in a lot, but I mean he's pretty famous guy. He says, I'm 82 and have seen many elections in my day, but truly none as consequential as 2020. We made a terrible mistake in 2016. Next year we get a chance to fix it. If we fail, our democracy and the very planet itself are at grave risk. The future depends on us. Are you with me? No, George, I'm not with you. I don't care.
George, I've never been more not with you in my whole life.
George, listen, man, I don't know you very well, but I'm going to have to say no to that.
It's like he's standing like in a lunchroom on a table trying to start a riot, and everyone's like,
is that George Takei? What is he doing?
It gets real silent. And he's like, no. He's your one guy.
No.
Mm-mm. You're 80, what do you say, 84?
82.
82. You're about to die. Why do you care? The next election, you will be dead. Second, the Earth's core is not going to erupt because Trump got reelected.
Is that what they're saying? It's going to erupt? I thought the planet was just going to melt or something. I thought it was due to, like, atmosphere.
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I don't think. I don't even think anyone getting elected, the Earth's gonna be like. You
I
guys
think
are
honestly,
done.
if somebody said the core was gonna erupt, people would buy into that.
Oh, for sure.
For sure.
I could probably tweet something like, scientific studies have shown that there's so much negativity from the right side lately that it's causing more earthquakes in California due to the shift in the tectonic plates. Because of this,
Because of
the Earth's core is even more hot than it has ever been in the past 20 years. If Trump gets reelected and there's even more backlash from it, the core will erupt. And everyone's going to be like, retweet at Donald Trump, drop out, or human existence is going to cease as we know it.
We will all die.
And
the second he gets reelected, all the human race just disappears. He puts on the Infinity Gauntlet.
Thanos' snap comes in, and you just see, like, at the end of Infinity War, whenever he just, like, sits down when he's after Iron Man's
big sigh.
snap, and he's like, and then we all just fade away. Seriously, politics is so stupid
so
to
annoying.
me. Like, I understand, like, okay, this is why, like, I feel like I was telling you this the other day, I feel like it used to be really important, because there was there was a lot going on, and it just doesn't feel like there's anything going on in politics that provides growth. Everyone is just like, my opinion's better than yours, and this is why, but I'm trying to keep an open mind.
Well, yeah, what it is people, it's politicians, what it is politics now is solely people buying into what politicians put up. Like, politicians go, I believe this. And people buy into that because they want that to happen.
Yeah.
But in reality, it's just like Sony. Person doesn't care about anything but how much power they have.
Mm.
And when they say they don't,
what are you, Rome?
they're usually lying. Because it's obvious if you look into it. And let me be clear, I don't care about Trump. I don't care about either side. I'm just trying to be a Christian and just follow God. I could care less about.
Yeah, whoever is in that position is there because God allowed it to happen. Therefore, I don't have to worry. I guess, sure. Things are always going to be bad. Like,
there's always something that's going to be bad.
I was watching Aziz Ansari's last comedy special, and he was like, why do people act like stuff just started hitting the fan? And he's like, there's always been stuff on the fan.
Yeah.
Like, and see, like, politics today is everybody's religion.
Yeah, it's
and you can, and it shows, like, why no other religion works. I guess you could say Christianity is a religion if you take the actual the sole definition of it, but, like, people back in the day, like, when you followed Christianity, you knew what you were getting into, and there was no worries, because you knew that everything here doesn't matter. Why do people want this world now to, like, be it?
Well, I mean, there's verses about stewardism, and, like, there's even verses about caring what's going on in politics.
Yeah.
Personally, for me, though, I get, like, really angry whenever I get political, and so I choose to stay outside of it as of now. I might care more about it later when I have a family or something, but right now, I don't think that it matters to me.
21-year-olds.
Yeah, because here's the thing. Everyone is just slandering each other, and that makes me so angry.
We should all be loving. I don't agree with anything you say. Frick you, dude!
Frick you, dude! Hey, I hate you.
And they're like, you should be more loving, though. And then you're like, you just like, threw a spear at that guy's head.
Well, I mean, because it's literally fueled with pride. And I'm definitely not saying I'm prideless.
Oh,
but
dude. I'm a pride monster, dude.
Like, people look at Trump and they go,
Antichrist.
This guy's horrible.
Antichrist.
Somebody told me one time they think Trump is the Antichrist. I'm like, you haven't read any Revelation, have you? But, like, people see that and then they just slander him on the internet. And that doesn't help at all. Matters 0%.
Stop putting your political opinion.
No one
on
cares.
Twitter. No one cares. I see that and I go, what's the next tweet?
Oh, what's gonna happen? It's literally just racing.
Yeah.
Another turn.
And you know what I guess this is due to just, like, having that that being a black belt and not caring. Like when I see people like retweet something, I'm like, how did that grab you so much that you had to like retweet that? Because like the only things that grab me to retweet are either like super funny or I'm like, that's it.
Yeah, I've been retweeting a bunch of Spider-Man stuff.
That's
in the past
really
few
funny,
days.
and I've enjoyed
A lot
it.
of funny stuff.
Yeah,
dude.
it's super funny.
Really good.
Yeah.
Someone took the entire battle in Endgame at the very end and like they put like Disney and Marvel against Sony, and it was really funny.
I love when people are like, if you agree with this political stance, you should just go ahead and unfollow me. As if like that's gonna like change my mind.
I scroll past without even finishing reading that.
If anyone agrees with, oh, what's that? Oh, look at the
Oh,
puppy!
look at that.
Look at the puppy!
Okay,
Yeah, I don't.
moving.
And then
on.
also actors and stuff with all that too. Like,
yeah,
you're
dude,
just trying to
just
force other people
stop.
to just. You're basically all these people are like, think for yourself, but you're an idiot if you think this, so you should think this way. So you basically just canceled out what you were trying to say. First of all, you're just an actor. You get paid enormous amounts of money to make a movie, to act. And I'm not saying it's easy or anything because I've never had to do anything like that, and I'm more than positive it's a super hard job. But like, stop putting out what you like. John Krasinski, I had no clue he was like left until you told me, and you were like, yeah, they're just super quiet about it, which is amazing.
Yeah, I'm like rock on.
Yeah, because you're an actor, and you act.
It's
and
like
that's what you do.
Well, it's like here's the thing. I get the whole like, because I myself am the same way. Like, it's my social media. I can post what I want. Like, unfollow me if you don't like it. I get that. I think there's some aspects of that that's a little inconsiderate and selfish in some points. But I understand. And I once thought the same thing. I don't think I do now. But like, it's people that use that, and like I said earlier, like you can tell if you're not already under the guise of like political caring and stuff like that. Like you can just see obviously that they're trying to push that out there so that the bigger side, likes them more.
Yeah.
Or they get like more fans, or just like to stir up trouble,
Yeah.
just to be like, I posted that, let's see what happens now.
Yeah, you just want to argue.
It's like,
You just want to
stop.
talk. No one else will talk about that, about what you believe in, and you really want to talk about it, so you want to send something out there that's controversial, so you can get it off your chest.
I'll tell you what I do. Every time I see something like that, something that I know is controversial, it's so easy to spot, because anything will set off everybody, and it's ridiculous. I'll click on the tweet, and I'll look at the comments on it, and it's just a bunch more of people trying to get their opinion out there, and then everyone just starts arguing with each other and getting really mean and like slandering. And honestly, that's 100% what turns me off to political stuff. Is just people are so stupid. Is a great word for that. Because they're just like slandering and being super mean, and I'm like, wow, you're literally destroying everything. This is what I say. I said this. I think I've said it on podcasts before, but I like this definition of existence. Is the world is just a bunch of people, a bunch of misunderstood people misunderstanding people, because we're all just humans. Like, who cares? I was reading a book earlier this week that was like, the president of the United States has the same amount of time in a day as you. We're all humans. We have blood cells. We have muscle. We have ligament, bone.
Fart.
We have brains, teeth. Like,
Yeah, we fart.
we're all humans.
Everyone's toot stink, dude.
And it's like, what makes you think that you can do that? Like, even people that do like heinous crimes, okay? And I get not everybody's Christian, so some people slander them and think that's righteous when it's not. It's just like annoying. You're not doing anything. All you're doing is making yourself feel like you're better than them, which profits nothing. You die, you get put in the ground.
Yeah, like I don't care if you're left or right. You could agree with me, and I'd be like,
No
that's
craps.
great.
Yeah.
I would not care. If you disagree, okay,
Okay.
that's fine. Like, that's so. I think that's super funny that's how like people think now. Is like, hey, if you don't agree with me, then you absolutely hate me. And it's like, that's not it.
Preposterous.
That's
dude.
like some 1984 stuff.
That's like so. That's one of the most frustrating things about modern day society.
Yeah.
Is I can't disagree with you, or else you're just gonna blow up on me.
Yeah.
Like,
You may not think farts are funny, but I do. Do you hate me?
no,
See?
I don't hate you.
Yeah.
I think,
Everyone's toots stink.
dude, it's so freaking annoying. You can't say freaking anything.
That's right.
I find myself all the time, like, and I don't think it's a bad thing to watch what you say and think what you say before you like say it and stuff like that. Be sensitive to who you're around. I am all about that. I've been working on that myself for
I'm
like
bad
years
at that.
now.
I'm really bad at that.
But like, I don't know. I don't feel like that's how it should be. You know, it's like you can say something and mean it completely innocent, and then people will just jump on it and blow it out of proportion.
You could post
tenfold.
I saw a super funny TikTok on Twitter because I'm not on TikTok, but it was just like of a cat. You might have seen it maybe on Twitter, but it's like 9 frames and the cat is like
Yeah.
You could post that, and I
Yeah.
guarantee somewhere in there the comments like that's animal abuse.
Yeah.
The cat did not consent to that.
Here's something funny. Okay, I posted this on Twitter. I got like 1 like or whatever.
It was probably me.
I think it was someone else.
Oops.
I don't care. I said,
Dude, please don't hate me.
if you, as long as you don't disagree with what I'm about to say, then I won't hate you. Because if you disagree with me, that means you hate me. So I have the right to just slander you everywhere. Right? Moving on.
Can't I just...
Please, can I just be neutral? No. You have to pick a side. I'm forcing you to pick one. Anyways, I said, you don't really care about the...
Oh, yeah.
You don't really care about... It's not the...
You don't really care about,
Not economy.
No.
The
Earth.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of the word. Environment.
Yeah.
I said, you don't really care about the environment unless you get buried without a casket. Because you get eaten by worms and your body deteriorates and then it turns into like fertilizer and stuff. So don't come to me. That's the thing. You gotta be all in if you're gonna speak passionately about stuff. Like, if you're gonna say, I'm vegan because like the environment needs saving. Like now, do you know that's leaking into that now? People are saying you need to be vegan to save the earth now because like water goes into hamburger patties.
That's the most ridiculous thing. Like,
I don't even care if it's true.
I hear things.
I'm like, okay.
I hear things like that, and a couple things go through my mind. 1, what the frick? 2, who cares? 3, well, we have the resources, might as well use them.
My thing is like,
4, shut up.
again, tweeting does nothing. Tweeting does absolutely nothing.
Yeah, you're like,
if you're gonna sit there and go, you guys don't care about the world and you're not saving the environment, but you're not gonna do anything, like you're not gonna do a squat about it. Some
you're
people
not
do
gonna do
stuff. Some people do stuff, and I'm like, hey, rock on. Not my, not my area of expertise.
Yeah.
I'm more concerned with other things because not everybody's gonna care as much as you do, and not everybody is going to be as passionate about that topic as you. Because people are supposed to be different. If we were all the same, that would be lame, dude. I would freaking hate that.
It's like not you could tell a joke and it's not going to be funny to someone out there. Like, everyone just has their different opinions. Like, why can't it just be like that?
Alright, why can't we just live in peace?
Yeah, I just want
Harmony.
to watch a movie.
I just want to watch a movie.
I just want to watch a movie with no political...
Yeah, and this is the point I didn't get to finish earlier. It was like, I really nowadays, the way movies are, is I really appreciate movies that can, like, put out, like, political is a bad word to use, but, like, put out, like, stuff to, like, pump up, the marginalized groups or whatever. I don't know if I'm phrasing this correctly. Like when they put like a girl in the lead role, like stuff they're doing like
Totally fine.
Stuff they're doing like James Bond, but that's a stupid thing. Like that. Like they're obviously putting it out there to make a statement.
Not an issue
I like it. I like it when they can do that and it's not shoving it down my throat.
Yeah.
Like James Bond is.
Like Captain Marvel.
Shoving it in my face. The whole Captain Marvel movie was just an utter just, oh my gosh.
It's not an issue that
So
James Bond
stupid.
is a chick, but it is because forever it has just been James Bond. Like, let the character... If you want to make a character like it, cool. Do that.
Do that.
Don't-
Make a spin-off. Make a spin-off.
Make a spin-off.
Spin-offs are popular now.
Be like, Jamie Bond, the daughter of James Bond.
So cool.
He had so many women.
Dude,
That he had to have had a
has
kid
to-
at some point.
Has to have a daughter.
Before that one scene in
That would be
Casino
cool,
Royale.
though.
Yeah, that'd have been really cool.
That would be pretty cool.
That'd have
if
been
you
so
did it.
cool. And then an older Daniel Craig comes in and is like, that's my girl.
Have you done it right? Like, that would be a really cool idea.
If that actually does happen, I'm demanding money from Sony.
Yeah, we're trademarking or patenting or whatever you call it.
We're calling dibsies.
Dibs.
on that.
We're directing it.
Yeah, you have to.
We're gonna be like the Russo brothers. We're that good. That would be a horrible movie.
So also,
Yes.
it's just super hot in our house now.
Okay.
Because I love whenever you're like, okay, we're not renewing this contract right now. One, because we're not going to be in the apartment as long as
The contract.
the contract, and then they're like, oh no, we totally understand. $80 more.
Cough it up.
And you're like,
What?
what? And then like you use the AC one time.
One time.
And they're like, that's an additional $60.
$1 billion, please.
Yeah. And I really don't think that thing Connor said about if you turn it on.
It is true. They use it. I mean, they talk about it all the time, but it's like
I guess that's
I'm
just
too scared to experiment with leaving it on.
Yeah.
For a long, long time, because we would leave it on in like large sums of time.
at least an 8-hour time period.
Yeah, we would leave it on for a long time.
While
and
we're
then we would turn
sleeping.
it off.
Yeah. While we were sleeping.
Yeah, and then we stopped that because it was a big bill, and we
Big bill.
like
bill.
yeah. So then we were like, okay, that's a bad idea. Leave it on while we're sleeping. So we didn't have it on while we're sleeping, and we're gone most of the day. So we don't even have it on most of the day. We get home, turn it on.
It's like
for,
a greenhouse
the
in here.
afternoon.
It's like a freaking greenhouse
Yeah, we
in
turn
here.
it on in the afternoon, and then when we go to bed, we turn it off. And then the bill is bigger.
Yeah, it's so
we
weird.
turn it on for less time, and the bill is bigger.
We hardly used it this last bill period, and it was huge. And we were like, I'm sweating taking a nap.
So now we're using it even less, and it's gonna be like even bigger.
Like
I'm gonna riot.
Like I can stand like heat. I guess it doesn't really bother me all that much. But like I took a nap today and woke up with like just. It was if I'm 15 minutes in my workout. There's just sweat on my back, and
sweat.
it's about to drip onto my comforter. I haven't used my comforter. I forgot I had it. It's just there.
Yeah, I don't use my comforter.
I'm just laying on top of it.
No, the monsters can get me because I don't have my comforter. But they don't know that unless they listen to this podcast.
See, that's why I have a low bed frame, because monster can't get under there.
Have you heard that joke where they go, "Dad, there's a monster in my bed," and he goes, "No, son, monsters aren't real." And he goes, "Dad, please, there's a monster in my bed. Really, look." And the dad looks under, and there's a mirror. The son goes,
I haven't
"You
seen that.
idiot!"
That's so funny, though.
I heard another really funny joke
I
today.
hope my kid does that.
It said, I told it to Micah, and he thought it was really funny. It said, "Wish me luck today. I have a meeting at the bank, and if all goes well, I could end up with like zero debt, like paying off all my debt." And then it says, "I'm so excited, I can barely put on my ski mask." He's gonna rob it.
Yeah.
He's gonna rob the bank.
Yeah.
That's what's funny about it.
Mm.
Why don't we see that on the news? Big,
People robbing banks?
yeah, like big bank heists, like in the movies.
No
That'd
one's
be
doing
so
it
cool.
anymore, dude.
That's so
All the cool bank heists have already been done, and so it's like,
Now it's too advanced.
you know what? That's
It's a shame, really.
that's one flaw with like all this technology now. No cool crimes can happen.
No cool crimes.
No cool crimes
We're
can
speaking out
happen.
against it.
Dude, yeah. Freaking
Let's start a petition.
everyone there just needs something to happen. There needs to be a hacker that's like, I can shut down everything in this area.
Yes.
And then
EMP.
And then these dudes are like, let's rob this bank. I want to see an Ocean's 12 on the news. That's what I want to see.
Italian.
11, 12, or 13. All three of them are really good.
Mini Cooper in a house. I want to see it. Driving through the hallway.
Yeah.
I want to see that. I
You
want
know-
to see Mark Wahlberg in my house stealing my money. That's what I want to see.
I'd give Mark Wahlberg my money.
Honestly, 100%.
I'd pay him to punch me, probably.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Who gets to say I got punched in the face by Mark Wahlberg? I would love to do that.
Man.
I wouldn't let The Rock do it, though. I think he'd kill me.
Yeah, I would get concussed.
You would definitely die.
I would straight up. My skull would be cracked.
You would, if you didn't die, you wouldn't be the same.
Mike asked me today if I could take a full force punch into my ribs, and I said absolutely not.
I feel like if Micah wasn't a Christian,
You would shut down my whole body.
Micah, I love when Micah does like.
He just says the most outrageous.
Yeah, you could.
thing.
It could just be like quiet for like 10 minutes.
love
He's
it.
like, "You think if I stabbed you, you'd bleed out?" And you'd be like,
Yeah, I think so.
What?
What are you talking about? What are you saying?
You like turn around. He's like right there. He's like, "You think?" And he's like, knife's like right there. And he's
Oh
like,
my gosh, right
"Oh."
there.
You're like, "Can you get away from me, please?" That'd be
Dude.
really funny.
What was I gonna say? I realized the other day that I talk to myself more than I thought. Like I used to
Yeah,
joke
you're a
about.
psychopath.
I used to joke about like talking to myself, but I really do talk to myself an insane amount. I noticed it the other day because I was sitting at my computer and there was complete silence like in the office, and I share an office with Micah, so he's on his computer right behind me, and he doesn't have any music on or anything. I have music going on in my headphones. I have one earphone off, so it's completely silent outside. I'm wearing headphones. I listen to a lot of movie scores because I love movie scores. I have a playlist of like. It's nearing 500 now, 500 songs on it of just scores.
Gage will put on a song and be like, "What's this from?" And then like it's a movie I've seen and that I really like, and I'll get it wrong. He'll be like, "No, you idiot!" And he'll like, be like, "It's The Dark Knight."
Right off the bat,
I'm like,
I'll just name it. I'm like,
alright.
shame on you, dude. Don't know the third song on the soundtrack.
It's so funny when Gage does that because it's like, he'll take it a step further. You'll be like, "Haha, okay," and he'll be like, "No, you can't even call yourself a fan."
You don't even know the 7th song.
And I'm like, "I'm sorry, I just didn't know."
I
He's
narrowed
like,
it down. I'm like,
"Don't you
this-
ever tell me
this
you
part
like
right
this
here.
movie."
This part right here. This should give it away. It doesn't. Okay.
But anyway, so you talk
No,
to yourself while you're listening to
Yeah,
scores?
so I was listening to a song, and I was just making up a movie scene in my head, and I was saying it out loud. I think that's what it is. I'm always thinking in my head.
Oh,
24/7. I'm always having a conversation in my head, or like playing a movie scene or something in my head. But like so now I'll say it out loud, and I won't even realize I'm saying it out loud. So I was listening to this freaking soundtrack, and I'm just saying lines to myself that I'm making up. And I'd pause the song, and I'd turn around to Micah, and he's just on his computer, just minding his business, like nothing weird is happening. And I'm like, I talk to myself a lot, don't I? And he said, yeah. I was like, you just don't. You're just used to it. He's like, yep. I'm like,
You and your inner voice are really good friends, huh?
we really are. They call it on the Enneagram. I have like apparently an inner critic. Once I have like an inner critic, we like criticize ourselves.
Except you
which
guys
is
are just
true.
you guys
We're
are
just cutting it up.
you guys are just twins.
We're just cutting up.
You're just like, what do you think about that? He's like, wasn't really done too well. Quite. I agree.
with that.
I agree with that.
Yeah, you're right.
And like inner high five. They're like, yeah.
Absolutely. Then my brain just shuts down.
And then he seizes, and I don't see him for a couple days.
What if my inner critic is just alternate universe me, parallel universe?
That'd be
and
cool.
We're talking to each other through our brains.
That'd be real. What if your inner critic is like a version of you that's trying to wean out this personality, and he's eventually he's gaining your trust right now, and he's gonna completely just kill this Gage that I'm seeing right now, take over, and then be like just something different.
He'll open the door, and I'll be standing in my room with the door open, just butt naked. And I'll be like, Gage isn't here right now.
You're gonna be completely shaved, and you're just starting over. You're like,
Yeah, I showed off my hair, my eyebrows,
Like-
everything.
you're like, I'm a baby again. I'm reborn.
I'm reborn. I'm better, twice as better than before. Out of the ashes I rise.
And then I'm like, okay.
What the frick is going
And
on?
then I just shut my door and go back to sleep.
Gage, did you start playing video games again? What is going on?
The day that we have blackout curtains in the living room is the day I'm like, this guy's off his rocker.
Who is this man? Throw you off completely.
But yeah, this was fun.
Yeah, it's interesting.
It's good. Yeah.
I just wanted to talk about famous people putting political stuff out there that's like outrageous.
I heard that years ago too. Tim Hawkins, who's a comedian who just so happens to also be a Christian, he did a spoof of a song. I can't remember what the song was, but he was like, I wish for actors and musicians to stick to acting and singing with no political views," which is great.
That's very funny. Like, of course, nobody agrees with that in reality.
Yeah.
But
like, it's
it would
not
be
bad to have your own
harmonious
opinion. Just keep it to yourself.
yeah,
Because some people are really dumb and shouldn't say anything.
and some people will undoubtedly listen to this and say, but they're just putting their opinion out to keep our opinions in. Like, this is our opinion.
Yeah.
But we don't care,
That's
which
right.
is accurate.
Yeah, definitely.
But
there's also no winning in that.
like, if you say that that's that, we'll go, okay.
That's right. Yeah, attack
I
us.
don't care.
Attack us, and we'll say okay.
Yeah.
Just
well,
know that we're responding to everyone. And
you will
it's good.
provoke
Okay.
nothing. Because we don't care. I once had a classmate of mine ask me how I don't care so much. She said, "How can you not care about this?" And I was like, "I just don't."
Numb inside.
Makes life 100% easier.
Dude, I enjoy more things than I would.
You
if
can
I
be
cared.
friends with everyone, anyone,
Yeah. They're like,
whatever you want.
I think this. I'm like, that's cool.
Okay. I don't agree, but that's whatever, man.
Sometimes I'm like, I want to see where this takes you.
I go, "Okay, man." And
Sweet.
they go, "Do you agree with that?" I go, "No." If you ask me, I'll be honest.
Yeah.
Other than that, though, I'll usually.
Yeah,
just
that's
be
the
like,
only time I
whatever.
ever really talk about, like, I don't really talk about it. I just like, what do you believe? And then I'll just say it, and then they're like, why? I'm like, just do. And they're like, okay. I'm like,
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, the thing is, I don't know a ton about politics, so there's no reason for me to care.
Yep.
Like, I have no.
And we're just young.
There's no way I can.
There's really been
I don't know anything about it.
There's just been
I don't
no
care to
reason to. Not at this point in our lives.
And
like,
I don't want to know much about it because it makes me angry whenever I do get invested in it. And I'm like, I really care about this. Then I just turn to a rotten person. And I'm convinced that most people do, which is why everyone's so upset about everything, because they're choosing to care about it. That's why
I would rather
am
care
not a
about
very
like
angry
other
person.
things.
Like, I don't know, the state of the spiritual freaking realm.
Yeah, that's a struggle.
Okay?
Dude.
The world
so
is
weird.
broken.
Yeah, dude. Like a year ago, I had no really, like I was on top,
No qualms.
spiritual high, dude.
No qualms.
And then like the more you go through life, the more things happen, and
Yeah.
it makes it a lot harder to keep that up.
It's
And
a
then,
hard knock life.
Yep,
Annie said it best.
dude. Do you think the toys had to worry about who was president or what was going on? They didn't. They were just like, hey, Andy.
Andy. We love Andy.
What kind of imagination trip are we gonna go on today?
Yeah. Okay. The newest one, the girl is like, I run the show around here. The girl doll, Woody's like, that's great. And he breaks the rules because he's a beast. And he's
There's-
Woody. And
you
he
know-
doesn't care.
There's just a shortage of childlike mentality.
It's a shame.
People don't understand.
People are turning kids into adults.
Yeah, dude.
I'm against that.
And it's like, you know what? There is a place and a time to be serious. Sure.
Sure.
But if you don't have to be, why?
Why choose that?
Why?
Why?
Just crack up, dude.
Dude, crack up
I
like the
am
sidewalk.
98% of the time, I'm never serious.
100%.
2% of the time,
100% that 98% of the time is not serious.
yeah. Even I'm starting to get bad about even being in a serious situation and still trying to not be serious because I hate being serious.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like it.
Yeah, see, I used to be 98% not serious. Now I'd say I'm about 75%.
Yeah.
I've gotten more serious, which I don't mind.
Yeah. I mean,
It's
it
just-
happens.
It's just molded into that.
Yeah.
But,
but- Dude.
I'm still over halfway.
Reminds
kid.
me of that scene from The Other Guys whenever the dad is like he used to be a T-Rex or he used to be a dinosaur, and then he was like, and my dad was like, "You're 17, you need to get a job."
I remember that.
And then I had to put it away, and he's like, he's like, "I'll come back to it." He's like, "I never went back to it." I learned a lot from that.
He lost everything.
He lost everything,
He lost everything.
but I don't know, man. Yeah. This was fun though.
That's all we got.
Yeah, that was the rant of the evening.
Boycott Sony.
Yeah.
If you're on Sony's side, get on Disney's because they're the right ones.
Yeah, you're definitely not winning that.
Disney was making Sony money, and Sony said, "Yeah, we're pulling the."
Yeah,
character.
Sony is not gonna stop making money. If they took the deal, it's like you're not gonna not make any money.
It's this meme that's so funny. It says, as Marvel, and it says, with our cinematic universe combined with your character and splitting our profits 50-50, that's fair, half and half. It's not even fair, though, because it's Marvel taking back their character. If anything, Disney should get more, but Sony's being stingy.
Yeah, because Marvel did all of the work.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And it says, Marvel's saying, for this deal, 50-50, we could make billions. We, as in you could make billions, I could make billions. You, Sony, and me, Marvel. And then Sony says, why make billions when we could make millions, which is less than billions? So Sony's just being so stupid. And that's all I'm going to say about that.
They're like a knockoff Ray Kroc, except they're not gonna.
Guaranteed Sony's going to call us up. They're going to call up our agent that runs our podcast. And they're going to be like, hey, take that upside down.
Good luck getting a hold of them.
And we're going to say, no.
Even
he's
we,
busy.
Yeah, even we can't get a hold of our agent.
Yeah. Barely even know his name.
Yeah, we only call him by initials because that's all he gave us.
Yeah. PW.
PW,
Don't
yeah.
even know what it means.
Sometimes he changes it. He's like, JG.
Yeah, I'm like, what? I thought it was PW.
He calls us off burner phones, too. So
Yeah.
it's like, we can't call him back.
And, like, the one time we had, he wasn't through saying what he said, and, we thought he was, I thought he was, and I hung up. And then, so he broke that burner phone and had to call me on another one.
Yeah. We pay him a lot of money.
Yeah, we do. We make so much money off this podcast, dude.
Yeah.
So much. Sony might want to partner with us.
Yeah, because we're making.
But we're gonna say no,
millions.
and
We're
that's when
making millions
they're gonna
every
run
dog.
they're gonna run right back to Disney because we're gonna say no.
Yep.
That's the plan.
Thanks for listening, watching, whatever
Yep.
you're doing. We're on
Everything
YouTube and
ever.
anything you can think of. So subscribe, and like it up.
Yep.
Tell us how you don't agree with us on anything we say.
And we'll say, all right.
Sweet, man.
We'll tell each other and we'll laugh about it, and
That's
then we'll
right.
forget about it.
It provides good humor for us.
Yeah, and then we'll forget about it.
Sweet. All right.
All right. Later.
Later, dudes. Is this thing on? Is this thing on? So I went to the supermarket the other day, and I saw a pack of pears, and I was like, "What are these? Big pears?"
Were they selling them in pairs?
No, they were singles. They were singles. That was. He's not a part of the act. It's like,
No.
It's like the dude,
Everyone's laughing at my joke.
the dude in the audience. He's like, that's not part of the. That's
No.
not part of the act. They're like,
No, sir, you're not supposed to talk. I'm on stage.
Get that guy on stage.
You're like, security, get this guy out of here. He's on stage, guys, and they're all like booing you to start chucking stuff on stage.
No.
No, he's
you-
not. I'm on stage.
You don't get my punchline. They were pears, like
They were selling them in pairs.
Oh my gosh, this is just horrible. This is just horrible.
I think that happens to some people.
Has to.
Has to, yeah.
I mean, that's so funny.